Please understand this principle. The Bible says through the fear of death, Satan has held people in bondage. The fear of death is not the fear of dying physically. There are people who blow themselves up and are not afraid to die. Death in the New Testament never referred to physical extinction. Even in the Bible, the spirit of a person lives wherever it goes, everybody sleeps forever. Death is a severance between a person or thing and something else that will lead to the deterioration in the condition of that person or thing because of that severance. Which means the body without the spirit is dead. It's a severance. A person can have a job and go to God and say, Father, I thank you, it's a very good job. The person can be asked, let's say the person is a woman. The boss in the work says, you have to sleep with me. You must sleep with me. If you don't sleep with me, I'm going to fire you from this job. I'll get you out here. It won't be a problem. She looks at it. She begins to consider, my mother is in hospital. This is how I pay for her fees in hospital. My children's school fees, this is how I pay. If I lose this job, this is the consideration. If I lose this job, what's going to happen? Satan is using the fear of severance from that job to manipulate our mind. He will not suffer your soul to see corruption before they say, are you following what I'm saying here? The mark of the Antichrist is 666, which is man. In other words, is man trying to establish themselves in your life as God and as your source. When you face a person who says, I am your God and your source, if you don't do what you want to do here, you'll be severe. They'll hold the letter and say, I can write the letter of resignation for you. You don't have to fire me. I can fire myself. Your confession shouldn't be, please, please. I'm telling you, I'm begging you. That's control. When they took Daniel to the fire, Daniel said, we won't be careful to answer you, king, in this matter. If it's between us bowing down to this idol or going into fire, we will have chosen the fire over your idol and died. However, what we are telling you is that we have a God. Throw us into the flame, and you will see our God show. Are you following what I'm saying here? Remember what God told Aaron when they were disputing. Tell them, all the families, tell them to go and cut their rods. Remove all the leaves, remove all the flowers. Bring it into my inner court. 24 hours after, they brought out the rod of Aaron. They held it in the air. There was no root. There was no branch. In 24 hours, there were flowers. That is the priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. In other words, cut off all our contact. Hold us in the air. And account for us as a sheep for slaughter. In all these things will come out more than conquerors. You are the fruit, not the roots. The job is a function of my connection. So long as my connection is intact, I won't jeopardize my connection for the fruit. Are you following what I'm saying here? I won't cut off the root because of the fruit. Because if I cut off the root, eventually the fruit is going to drop. Dr. Honorable said it this way. Whatever you compromise God for, you eventually lose it. You thought you were preserving it by compromising. At the end, you will lose it.